Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 2019 and Inside the Force.
It's a new year.
It is a new year. Dave Cottingham here with Casey Cooley.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to I got to say, I'm stoked to get back to talking about Star Wars because I know we've said it 100 times, but this is arguably the biggest year in Star Wars.
There's a lot. There's a lot of things happening in all mediums. Yeah.
Yes. And that's what we're going to do in this episode is get everybody caught up on what's coming. And not just that, because if you're a big Star Wars fan, you probably know, but I want to dive into get Casey's opinion, my opinion on what we're looking forward to most, you know, because there, like you said, there are a lot of books, comics, games.
Yeah.
It's coming. So that's what we'll focus on later on in the episode. But obviously, getting kicked off of the first part of this, got to run through the news that's happened over the last couple of weeks. Not a lot on the movie side, really.
Yeah, I mean, there's little speculations and rumors kind of going around, but yeah, it really knows nothing official. There was some stuff over the holidays, like right around the new year. I think it maybe is when it had some traction of Carrie Fisher's brother Todd.
Yes,
talking about the amount of screen time that Carrie Fisher might have in episode 9. He's kind of, I feel like we've heard this before, honestly, maybe in regards to 8 or 9. I can't remember, but about Todd Fisher saying that she's got a significant role, essentially. Like she's got that's just a lot of unused footage. There's people who are kind of speculating that maybe it's not just unused scenes. Maybe it could maybe be cool if it was other things like screen tests that she did with some of the actors and stuff like that, or I don't know. So
yeah,
there's a brief, it's basically a brief comment of Todd Fisher making about Carrie Fisher, about how much that she's going to be in the movie, and I mean, she's a kind of a big part of the story in a sense, like where her character is or her legacy is, that kind of thing that we've been talking about, a thing that we've been hearing for a while. But he's kind of confirming that her presence will definitely be felt in the film.
So in your first guesstimate, I mean, how much of the film is she in?
Gosh, I can't imagine the realism of seeing her a whole lot, like material that's new, not like repeated moments. Or I think it could. I can't see her interacting with all these characters much. Like a third of the movie.
Well, how about this question? Yeah, how about this question then? As much as episode 8, because she wasn't in 8 all that much. Remember, she gets in a coma.
Yeah, she was very heavily in the third act. I don't think it'd be physically seeing her. With like her talking and doing new things in each scene. I can't see it being as much as episode 8.
Okay.
I guess I'm very open to be surprised. And
yeah,
I can totally. I'm
do
sure
think
I will be.
Yeah, I do think we will be surprised on how she's used.
Yeah. Like how much she's used. I mean, I'm sure maybe
and the significance of her lines, because I think she could be in it only a couple scenes, but have very strong, dialogue. That's
how I feel it is. It's a couple of scenes, maybe 2-3 moments, scenes and moments with her, and they just clever storytelling, clever editing to make it reflect and ripple throughout the entire film. So I really don't. Yeah, that's okay. I really only think she's physically present in the first act, and then just her legacy is felt throughout the entire movie.
Right.
That's still my opinion.
And right now, of course, it could change in 12 months. I'm saying right now she survives the film.
Okay, I hope so.
That she is, because I think right now, again, I think that's the send off. I think that JJ wants to give and Lucasfilm wants to give, is that they honored her legacy, Carrie's legacy, by keeping Princess Leia alive.
Yeah,
which in the end, before I thought she probably was going to die. So I don't know.
Again, we always, as Star Wars fans, we always jump to those conclusions of, well, this is how it has to be now.
Yeah, I know.
Like with Ahsoka, it's like, oh, she has to be killed off in the Clone Wars and all this stuff. And like, well, we're told and proven time and time again that that's not always the case. There's very creative ways to make it go the other direction, and I think it is totally possible.
Yeah,
I can't wrap my head around it, but no, I do hope, and I've always hoped since she's passed that they do somehow find a way to keep her character going, because it's such a strong character. You can't just suddenly stop, stop her because
right.
Of her passing. Like she can move on. She can keep doing stories past this last film and in books and comics and games and stuff like that, and TV animation. So, it's already very exciting to see and hear her in Resistance still. So there's definitely more material with her out there, and I think it's exciting to think about.
Agreed. Which brings us to kind of the TV news that just actually broke today. And it comes to no surprise, I don't think, but season 2 of Resistance has been ordered by Disney. Yeah. It's funny how I thought it was actually I read it. It's funny, like Disney orders season 2, and I'm like, what do you mean orders? No, they're just paying for
their own thing. Yeah, it's just like, you know what? Let's do a season 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, if you guys make it, we'll put it on our channel.
Okay.
Great. So anyway, but no, season 2 is coming in the fall of 2019. Of course, the mid-season premiere is happening Sunday the 13th. This coming Sunday.
Yeah.
Regular scheduled time.
Yeah.
And we just got the mid-season trailer dropped. What did you think of this thing?
I've always.
Are you even caught up with the show yet?
I'm almost, but I've always hoped to be surprised by this show, for it to expand and grow, and I think we're definitely being teased that this show is gonna be impactful to the canon. Kind of. It's definitely going to overlap with some important parts of the canon, obviously. Right. While I was watching it, I kept thinking like Kaz is going to have a huge part in getting information from the First Order of basically Starkiller Base back to the Resistance. So but although Finn does a lot of that also in the movie, but it seems like that the show will actually have a bit of an impact on the canon, whereas I thought it didn't. I thought it was going to be very superficial. It's just an adventure show. But hey, I'm all for them expanding and kind of going past the boundaries a little bit. I still don't know. It looks like there's going to be more action, more fighting, but I still can't see it getting too crazy and too dark, and everything, even though it looks like it might, but I'm still kind of holding back my expectations on that.
Yeah, it looks like there's a couple more off-mission, off-planet missions.
Yeah. I mean, Kaz has a
takes
new
you
look.
away from the the droopy
He's got
hair.
a Tobey Maguire thing going on.
There was a Twitter, there's a tweet out there that said, it's like, it's the Star Wars droopy hair characters, and they had like Callus with his hair going down.
It's the emo
Kaz, and
there's a lot of emo phase. Characters go through emo phases in the saga. Anakin had his. Kylo's got a thing going. So it's
but it was good to see that. It was good to see some more First Order getting involved, because I think that was lacking a little bit the first half of the season. But you're just you're doing a lot of intros.
Right.
It seems like it's still going to be centered around the Colossus, but I feel like what it sounds like is we're going to get away from that after this season, because it seems like it's coming to a close. And like you said, it was surprising. It was actually awesome to hear Hux's
that was incredible
monologue in this.
I mean, we had talked and speculated a bit that this show might overlap and go past and beyond, the movies even. I mean, this is so soon.
It is.
Which I'm glad. I'm glad they're not holding back on this first season, because now they're pulling out all the stops. So we're already there. Gosh, that's just fun to think about. We're already overlapping the movies. Which is great.
Which again makes you think about it possibly going past The Last Jedi, because Last Jedi is, it has to almost.
It has to. Yeah. I mean, who knows? But yeah, I think it has to. We're already jumping 6 months ahead. I mean, I didn't even think about how much time was passing as I was watching the season. the first half of the first season. So 6 months, I guess theoretically, has already passed, and we're already there. And who knows, this season 2 could end somehow
when 9 starts.
Maybe
I
don't
was
know,
just about to
man.
think
it's
that.
Just like, who
who
knows?
Yeah, who knows? And how and how relevant would it be? How much would it truly fill in that supposed year gap it is between 8 and 9? I don't know. That's actually a good next episode. We might talk about that because that's a really deep conversation about, okay, because if you're getting that far into the canon, like that is almost saying you need to watch this before you lead into 9, and not everybody's going to do that, obviously. So.
No, again, just watching the trailer, I kept thinking like, oh, we can, but who knows? We may see Kaz in 9. You know, since he's
it's totally.
It's just so fun to think about that, and hearing Leia say, you know, if you can get off the Colossus and come join us, kind of thing. It's like, oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Absolutely,
I love it.
But she's still in her episode 7 outfit there, you know, so it's like, you know, we'll see how fast it goes past 7. And because as soon as Starkiller Base is destroyed, I mean, they're off at the car and
minutes, hours, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Minutes, really. Seconds.
Seconds, yeah. So anyway, season 2 Resistance starting or coming back in the fall, mid-season premiere. What they're calling it, the winter premiere, is this Sunday on Disney Channel. So go check that out if you haven't prepared to do that. That'll be coming back. I think there's been 11 episodes that's out right now. So I think there's another 11 coming. So so it seems like it's going to wrap right before Celebration, actually. I think that's usually the plan. Yeah. And I think as we segment into news for that, Star Wars Celebration announced some of the Resistance cast that's going to be there. I mean, I think that was inevitable. I mean, we're 4 months away from Celebration.
Oh my gosh. I know. This is nuts.
Confirmed now to show up Christopher Sean, obviously, who plays Kaz, and you got Susan McGrath and Scott Lawrence. You know, Susie plays Tam, and of course, and Scott Lawrence, the great voice of Yeager. Yeah. They will be there. They will be signing autographs. I'm
sure they'll add.
There'll be a panel. I'm sure.
How could Donald Faison
not show up?
Not be there.
Yeah, totally. There's no way they're not doing it without Donald Faison. So, more than likely, they're. I'm still under the belief more likely they will probably premiere the first episode of next season.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
It didn't just get ordered.
Yeah. That's, oh gosh, now
they're scrambling to make it.
Yeah.
I feel like they've probably got a good handful of episodes in the can. So I say 4 months. 90 days is Star Wars Celebration.
That's better. That sounds
wow. 90 days. Oh my gosh. Got to wrap my head around this.
I love it.
Other additions to Celebration, bunch of voice actors were announced.
Mm-hmm.
And namely Jania Gavankar, who plays Iden Versio in the Battlefront series. Of course, you got Matthew Wood, who notable for General Grievous.
He does a lot just for Star Wars in general, because he's a sound designer as well.
Yes, and he does a lot of the battle droids.
Yeah.
James Arnold Taylor, one of my favorites.
Finally. It's been a while since he's been at Celebration.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, he's Obi-Wan and Plo Koon from the Star Wars Clone Wars series. So those are the notables right now that have been announced. You know as well as I do, every major Star Wars celebrity on the planet will probably be there.
Yeah.
Who knows what they're going to be doing for Episode 9? That stuff doesn't really get announced until sometime in March is when the big announcements will start dropping.
I'm surprised. I mean, I'm sure they definitely have a plan, or they're just still working on getting everybody. But like James Arnold Taylor, it's interesting that he's announced now. I think he actually is more associated with the Topps trading card company, because I saw on his Instagram account he was saying he's going to be at the signing booth with Topps, doing some work with them. But curious as was he? Like, I would assume he was already going to go anyways because of Clone Wars coming back.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you would think so.
I'm hoping,
but they just haven't announced that panel yet.
Yeah, so I would think that all those guys are coming as well.
Yes,
along with James Arnold Taylor.
I mean, you're talking about a packed
Yeah.
Star Wars celebration. I mean, that's why they added a fifth day.
Yeah.
4 days of panels, but a fifth day.
I hope. I just remember when he hosted. Remember he did his one-man show. That Talking Myself. They call Obi-Wan and Beyond. I think is what they call it there. But he actually does it regularly, called Talking to Myself. I hope he does it again because I would love to go see it again.
I agree, totally agree.
It's a great show, and he has a great story. Like
it is.
I hope they give him that opportunity.
So Star Wars Celebration, 90 days. Of course, we will be there, and we will be doing our show from there. Don't know what day yet. Don't know what time yet.
Yep.
They're still sorting that stuff out. For those of you who don't remember or fully remember or know the schedule, the vendor floor opens on Thursday, and that's the first day of celebration. But there's no panels and anything going on.
Yeah.
The actual first panel day is on Friday.
Right. That's
Friday,
smart.
Saturday, Sunday, and Monday is the day they added. So again,
never had a Monday.
Never had a Monday
or Thursday. But I mean, get all your shopping done early.
Well, it's been Thursday through Sunday.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's been Thursday through Sunday, but they've always opened the floor first at 9, and then the rest of the convention somewhere around 10 or so, and then panels would start then or something like that, and then but it would end early Sunday. You know, like I remember like 4:00 or something like that would be closing ceremonies or something like that. So Monday now, who knows how far into Monday they're going to go yet? We don't know, but of course, as those details get rolled out, we'll share them. But last bit of news, which I thought it was pretty neat. Over the holidays, I actually I found myself popping in Battlefront 2 because I really wanted to check out Obi-Wan.
Isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
I really want to check out Obi-Wan and Grievous, and
Well, I feel like they've definitely made some improvements to the game.
Yeah. So, but there's another update coming. Count Dooku, Dark Tyrannus.
Count Dooku. Yes.
That's pretty awesome, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. That's coming in the I don't know if it's the next. It's a spring update. I think they're calling it. But
if you follow EA on any social media, they release their map. I think they call it.
Yes.
Their release schedule map and their plan of
is it first quarter or second quarter?
I think it's all the first quarter.
First quarter, okay, yeah. You know, the article I read though, which was pretty interesting a little bit, was that how EA kind of admitted that they made mistakes in their launch of Battlefront 2.
They had a little message that they released.
Yeah, about how they, it was a mistake to make everything, purchasable, or in a sense.
When it first came out, they had the whole crystal thing fiasco that they've since fixed.
You could buy everything.
Yeah.
Or it would take you like years to accumulate enough to buy like Vader.
50 crystals to get Luke, and then you got to do something else, and then all this stuff.
Yeah. While someone else could already buy it. And,
like Jeb.
And exactly.
Jeb Smith, our guy. Yeah.
So now they made it to where it's easier to attain, and you're just getting updates. But
I also played a little bit over the holidays, and I just looked. I've got like 40,000 credits. That's like, I don't know what to buy, really.
I know.
So they have made it easier, and it's nice. It feels good that I could get some vehicles or something.
And I'll tell you the first thing, the one thing I was doing, which, because I'm, and I've said it many times on here, I'm more about the campaign.
Yeah.
So I was kind of replaying that a little bit, but then, because I'm not a big multiplayer person. I mean, I like it, but now I feel like I'm so far behind because I'm only like ranked in the single digits, and everybody else is probably 50s or something, hundreds. So it's hard for me to get in there and just play and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I actually, for the first time, I haven't done it before, I did arcade mode and just played against the AI and raised their difficulties to a point where it was tough, but I actually really enjoyed that because it gave me time to kind of roam around and not worry about, my teammates yelling at me for not,
dude.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Dude. Hey kid,
so
put the pizza pocket down, eat, and play the game.
Yeah. So I like that, and then plus you could play different heroes and
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
I really got to use Obi-Wan a lot, and I like him a lot on that game. It's pretty awesome.
I played. Where was I? I can't remember the map of it. It might have been Starkiller Base, but yeah, Obi-Wan was there. I didn't get to play as him, but I was like, as soon as he popped up on the map and heard the hello there, I try to follow him. I was like, oh, I just want to see what he does. I just want to see everything, all the moves that he can do, and it was pretty exciting.
He's pretty awesome on there. All right, so Count Dooku's coming, which is pretty awesome. I can't imagine next who would even.
I know
come.
they're still doing Anakin. He's still in the plan.
Oh, Anakin, that's right.
Anakin's
That's
coming,
right.
And
Clone Wars Anakin.
Yes. Yeah, I can't think of ahead what the rest of their plan is, but
Yeah, that's
I
right.
mean, gosh, they can if they just keep adding to Battlefront 2, then yeah, they can bring Ahsoka in, they can bring all these other Plo Koon in, they can bring any other Jedi in, but especially when Clone Wars is coming back out, you would think that they're going to add more Clone Wars characters.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know about Battlefront 3. I mean, there's been talks and there's been some rumors, but
I don't know.
You think eventually that they would do a Battlefront 3 and stop
I guess.
adding, like, save some for Battlefront 3. But no, yeah, the gaming is still kind of quiet right now.
Yes. Well, we have one announcement we'll talk about, but the other last bit of news, there was a tweet that came out announcing when the filming start date for the Rogue One series, the Cassian Andor series, October of this year is when they're going to start rolling cameras, meaning that if it's on par with The Mandalorian, it'll probably debut fall of 2020.
Yeah.
So we could be getting the first season of that as well as the second season of Mandalorian all in the same.
So much content.
Same.
But and then who knows? We might be getting the third anthology film there, or solo film, whatever they're going to call it now. Star Wars story. I don't know. Yeah,
that's an interesting talk because I heard some other shows talking about that, and they weren't so optimistic. So, okay, so let's just dive in and talk about. You know, we finished our last episode back in December on all the good stuff that we got in 2018, what we loved about it, the things we cherished the most, and then now, as we look at, again, and I don't think it's an argument, I think the biggest year in Star Wars as far as releases this year, I think the only other way you top this is if you had more than one movie coming out. But there's so many things on every medium that's coming out this year. And exciting content. So,
we're essentially getting two to three movies with Mandalorian. Really,
very
like
true.
10 1-hour episodes,
true.
maybe 1 hour episodes. So it's Mandalorian itself is going to overshadow Last Jedi. The episode 9 in terms of content.
Yep. So the first thing I'll mention on my list here, what we're going to do is we'll just go through kind of talk about everything, talk about our thoughts a little bit, but then wrap it up with our most looking forward to, our most on this list. But the first thing is in the new space that I think they're shifting storytelling to is the VR space.
Yeah, that's right.
So in this first quarter, apparently, or early spring is what I'm seeing when the Oculus Quest comes out, which is a home version of the Oculus. I think it's priced, I think, at $400 that you can buy, which I will gladly put my money into, obviously. Vader Immortal is coming out. Now, again, I did the VR experience, Shadows of the Empire, or not Shadows of the Empire. Is it Shadows of the Empire? Secrets of the Empire. Sorry.
Yeah.
Shadows of the Empire was the book.
Yeah.
Secrets of the Empire, which took place on Mustafar.
Yeah.
Incredible experience. I mean, incredible. But I will say, I'm going back to Disney again. I'm already my wife's already planning a trip for fall break again this year. And I will, of course, if it's still around, I'll go do it again. But like I said, when I first did it, I wouldn't have probably gone right back in and paid the money to do it again right away because nothing would have been different.
Right.
Being a year, I'll do it again. Hopefully they update it with a different story maybe, but I don't know. I never heard anything. This is not part of the Void kind company that's putting that on.
Right.
This is Oculus, and this is a home version. So you can do this in your house.
Get a big open space, hopefully.
I guess. I'm wondering how you walk around with this.
Tables.
Side note, I finally, over the break, I saw Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
But when they're in the van, they're strung up.
Yeah, it's the Omni treadmill thing where you can run in all directions. Oh, the van at the end of the movie.
When they're the van.
Yeah,
I think
they're just a bungee
suspended.
Yeah. But earlier in the film, he's on like a treadmill.
Yeah,
which does exist, the Omni treadmill kind of thing. So
I'm wondering how you walk around in this. You can't suspend yourself,
steps, yeah.
I guess. Or maybe you just kind of raise your legs.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Cool.
But
hop in place.
Yeah, but that was what was cool about the Secrets of the Empire is that you do move. You know, you move into other rooms, but you don't move very far. It's probably I would say 25 by 25 space that you just kind of move around in, you know, but it looks amazing. And I'm just curious how, because that experience, like I said, was, you know, when you're on Mustafar, you feel the heat. Yeah. You know, I don't know how you do that in your house. I don't. Either way,
it's expensive
because this is supposed to be on Mustafar. Also, you're in Vader's castle.
It won't be that as immersive. It can't be. I don't know.
Agreed.
Can't be, but who knows?
And it says a showdown. I don't know if it's just maybe a lightsaber fight.
Yeah.
You know, who knows?
But it's episodic, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. It's supposed to be episodic.
So episode 1 is coming out soon.
That's right.
What they're saying.
Yep, that's right. And written by David S. Goyer.
Yeah, cool.
Who's a very famous writer.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, it's a pretty big, awesome feat. So Vader, that's coming out here very soon. Next big thing, we said it. Season 2 of Resistance that's coming out on Disney Channel later this fall. I'm assuming premiering like it did this year, sometime in October. But I feel like if history tends to repeat itself, they'll do some kind of premiere at Celebration with the second season or so,
or at least D23. If not,
correct.
If not Celebration,
you're
definitely D23.
You're right. Which is in August of this year. Of course, the Disney Plus streaming service is coming this year. With that, we get The Mandalorian, which is the first live action series. It's hard when people call it TV series because I don't know. It's not a TV series,
it's not
really,
anymore.
right?
The whole lingo
is just a series.
It's gonna it has to change. All like this whole. It's just the whole platform, the whole medium, the lingo is changing now. It's just incredible.
Yeah, but I don't know what you. I mean, live action series is all. Exactly.
A series. I don't know.
So the first live action series is coming, and then one of the things I'm most stoked about is the Clone Wars is coming back.
Yes,
and I just happened to watch because I knew we were going to talk about it. I was like, I want to rewatch the trailer that they did last year. And it still gave me chills. And it is incredible. I wanted it for so bad, so long, and I still cannot believe that they actually are bringing it back. I mean, that chapter closed years ago, and it's not like a year went by and they brought it back. It's like, I mean, it's been 5 years, you know, so it's awesome. Of course, Star Wars Celebration this year in April. I was trying to go a little bit in order, but streaming service was a little later. But Celebration coming in August in Chicago, which has never been.
April. You said August.
Oh, sorry, April.
Yeah.
Which has never been. Chicago, the biggest convention center in the country, which blew my mind.
How it fits into downtown Chicago is kind of crazy. But
absolutely. But I had always thought that San Diego Comic-Con, San Diego Convention Center was the biggest because of that. Because of that.
Right.
But I think they're doing that just because of the warmth.
Yeah. Makes sense. That's why I wish it was still in Orlando.
Right?
I'm so glad of the shorter distance from our place, but travel is going to be much cheaper now, but I miss driving to Orlando.
Yeah, no, that would have been, especially that van.
Yeah, it was good times.
Yeah. So it's just a 5.5 hour ride from us here, but you're right. That is like, I mean, the shortest I ever drove was Indianapolis.
Yeah, true.
God, I wish they would go back there. But Chicago's great. I love Chicago. So Celebration, we'll be there, of course. Of course, talking about Disney, Galaxy's Edge is opening now. But, I kind of jumped the gun, if you recall. I had originally said that we had planned on going to Christmas.
Right.
But my wife has kind of taken that back a little bit and wanted to go back on fall break. So I don't believe I'm going to see it this year.
Yeah.
Because they're saying that Disneyland is opening May of this year. But but Walt Disney World is not opening till it doesn't say a month. It just says late fall. Mm-hmm. But late fall is well into December.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't remember.
Absolutely.
Winter doesn't actually start till December 21st.
Right.
So I'm thinking it's a late November, early December release. I'm going early October, so I will miss it. Mm-hmm. But think about how it's going to be done. Like the outside of it's going to be done.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go on that Slinky roller coaster, and it's going to be be
Yeah.
I won't be able to.
Could you see the Falcon from where you were in Slinky?
It wasn't built yet, but you could
where it was going to be.
Because Charles, our buddy Charles, went down for New Year's.
Oh,
he saw
that.
He was there. He was on Slinky and saw the Falcon. So it's there now.
That's too cool.
But I'm going to be so upset that it's there. I won't be able to go see it, and it's there. Because I'm sure they'll be just finishing interiors and stuff like that, or training.
Training cast members. Yeah.
Man, that's so upsetting. I mean, when do you think you'll...
Probably next year, unfortunately.
2020?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably wait until Jake turns 3, just to get that little bit extra time for him to start to remember things.
So you could go fall break with us.
I could. Yeah.
Because he would be 3, right? Yeah.
He turns 3 late summer.
Yeah, that'd be great. And plus, I'm actually, in all honesty, I'm a little relieved because how crazy is the first month going to be there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know if I'd be getting in. That would be the worst, is that it's open and I can't even get in.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
So anyway, I'll take some pictures again from Slinky Dog. Comics. Lots happening in comics this year. Of course, the Star Wars series is ongoing. I did just wrap. I wrapped reading up the Charles Soule Vader series. Mm-hmm. Now, I originally had plans for us to talk about that book. Now, I think you've heard the speculation
I've heard
about what's going on.
I've heard what happens. Yeah, I mean,
but it's so. All I'll say about it. Huh?
Not definitive to you?
Well, it's not it's definitely not definitive.
Okay.
And Matt Martin has kind of come out on Twitter and kind of said that a little bit, where he's like, there's a lot of stuff that happens in that book that's because a lot of people kept thinking that it was visions, true visions, or actual visions, right? But it's more or less just feelings. And
interesting,
because there's a whole thing where he sees the entire council and he wipes them out. Well, he doesn't obviously do that. So there were visions, there were feelings, there were emotions. I mean, even the image alone, Palpatine didn't look like that at the time of Shmi's pregnancy. And of course, if everybody doesn't know what we're talking about, sorry, but there's an image in Vader 25.
Yeah.
That I don't know. I mean, it's been out there for a while.
Yeah, I mean, spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. There's an image where Vader kind of enters. His castle gets built. He enters the Force in a sense. There's a gateway there that is created. That's why he builds the castle there.
Right.
Enters because ultimately he's trying to bring Padme back from the Force. And or from death, and he goes in and sees just a bunch of things happening. One is his mother Shmi standing there, pregnant already, but a ghostly Palpatine behind her, insinuating that he had something with the pregnancy. So a lot of people start flipping out like, oh, Palpatine is Vader's father.
Because that's a very old rumor from Revenge of the Sith.
You're right.
So, which is why I'm really excited. 'Cause it's like, wow, that's
So you'd be okay with that?
yeah. Because I honestly, I always believed in my own canon head that that's what it was.
Ah,
I'm sure. I think a lot of people did too.
So he's not. So he's not the chosen one to you.
No, yeah, but I think it's just constructed. It's very much. It's like a Voldemort Harry Potter thing. I think like Palpatine created his own demise. Like he created the chosen one, and he created his own the problem. He thought it was like I think it's just all part of the plan. It's just all the Force. Just this is how it was orchestrated. Like it was all destiny in a way.
Yeah.
So it's but I still have to read it though to kind of get my own opinion.
But that's the thing is that that's the thing. I was looking for a little bit of a deep dive into it, but it literally is 3 panels and 3 words: the chosen one, and it's just that. And again, she's already pregnant. He doesn't look. He looks like episode 3 Palpatine. So the timing's off. So again, it's not real. It's insinuating that the possibility, I guess, could have happened, something that he had something to do with the child, but maybe it's just saying that he had dark side influence into the child once Anakin became Anakin.
Sure.
Right? I mean, it's so
yeah, sure, absolutely.
So to me, there was not a lot of weight there. It's not. But I do think it brings up, and this is again another episode. I think it brings up it's reintroducing as we get closer to episode 9 the whole chosen one conversation, because there's all these rumors about it's from 7 to 8 about, are we going to see more chosen ones? Is Rey a chosen one?
Yeah.
It's like, I think that was possibly the intent. I think they're questioning what if is Anakin the chosen one?
Yeah.
Is he really a chosen one?
The whole idea of balance is still a question. There's still so many questions, and although I was surprised, I got a little bit more information from Last Jedi, where Luke is training Rey. Like, what do you see, kind of thing, and she's like, life, death, destruction brings more life, kind of stuff. Around that Force balance, that kind of stuff. And she says balance. Luke says, yeah, powerful light, powerful dark. And like right there, it's like, oh, that makes more sense. Like that one line, that's kind of to me what balance is. It's not necessarily the light is victorious and there's no darkness, there's no Sith. So it's just a power. It literally is a balance. Like you have both, dark side and light side. You need both, but it's just one cannot be dominant over the other. So it's still an interesting topic to explore, but to me, it's a little bit more clear. Of what the balance of the Force means.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, because a really good future topic to talk about is interesting you say that powerful light, powerful dark. It's like, but in my mind, I've always had the impression or the thought that the Force isn't light and dark. The Force is the Force. How you use it is whether or not it's light or dark. You know what I mean? Like, the Force isn't dark. The way Vader uses it is darkness. It creates darkness. You know what I mean? So that's where I get confused about kind of the balance of things, because I don't know, the balance of the Force is, I don't know. It's a deep conversation. You know what I mean?
And you're in a way you're touching on the whole Bendu side of things, but
correct.
It's just with all this, like what we're talking about, and then seeing what even relating to what happened in Vader comic with Palpatine, I'm just worried that like Story Group will never come out and say definitively what happens. Maybe it's not, they don't know, they're not even tasked with coming up with that answer. It's more so the individual storytellers that will figure that out, Filoni and everybody, because it's less vague in Vader. And Matt Martin won't ever say for sure, and that's what's so angering sometimes with hearing things from Story Group with Pablo and all this stuff about canon and dialogue canon and all this stuff. But it's not really up to them necessarily. It doesn't seem like it. I mean, right? Is that kind of how you thought Story Group? It's like they're not really creating the canon necessarily. They're the keepers of the
They're
canon.
policing it.
Yeah, they're policing it. They're keeping it and they're making sure
Agreed.
nothing's contradicting and nothing's that it's still logical. Like
Yeah.
like a certain tattoo on the character's arm, like that would mean this for him, and that's why he has that tattoo.
Yes,
kind of thing.
Or
languages and stuff like that.
And I think they have to be because I think there's so many stories going on.
Yeah.
That if you're writing a novel, you might not have. Obviously, probably you haven't read all of the comics.
Yeah.
So when you come up with an idea for something, it's up to the story group to say, yes, you can do that, or no, you can't do that because in this series, this happened.
Yeah.
That's where I think their main responsibility lies.
I think that's how basically Saw Gerrera got in Rogue One, right? Because they needed a character like that. Like, oh, Saw Gerrera.
Yeah, what about Saul? They presented that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Like, here's your character, but this is the name you can use, and this suddenly ties it to this stuff. So
yeah,
I like that, and knowing that, the blame isn't on story group, but it's still hanging. It's like, I want an answer. I want an answer to these questions that we've been having for years.
But I think the answer could box you in the corner and deter from future stories.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah,
Obviously.
absolutely. Yeah.
So it's possible. I'm not saying it did, but it's possible. Charles Soule said, "This is how it is," and maybe the story group was like, "You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can make it vague, but we don't know the answer to that yet.
Yeah,
or it's a different answer that'll come later. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll leave that up. We're gonna leave that up to someone else. I don't know.
Someone else. Yeah, maybe it's a 9, and that's why he couldn't be. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah,
who knows? That would be cool revelation though. Actually, a 9.
It would. It
Force
could.
Ghost Anakin.
Yes, it could be. That could tie it the whole. Boom. That would go all the way back to episode 1.
Yeah,
I mean it would.
Yep.
So I got into that with the comics. In the middle right now, or to just started last month, is just the Age of series. So you had Age of Republic that opened up.
Yeah.
You're going to get books. I read the what did I read? I read the Qui-Gon one that's out there. There's a Maul one. There's an Obi-Wan one. There will be an Anakin one, a Padme, Mace. I think a Dooku one or something like that. Maybe there's Dooku, Grievous. I mean, there's doing all these characters, and then they're going to do the same thing throughout the year with the original trilogy, and then of course Age of Rebellion, and then Age of Resistance. With the characters currently in the new series, so that's going to be ongoing. They're doing another Vader series called Dark Visions, which looks crazy. It's got Vader on a horse with a shield. It's really weird. I don't know how. I think I was told or read that it's a perspective of what people see of Vader, kind of thing. Not Vader, not Vader's story.
Like Legends of Luke Skywalker,
kind of, yeah,
kind of thing.
So a lot of good books there going. Now in the novels, of course, we talked about Thrawn Treason that was announced. Mm-hmm. That's coming this summer. First book coming out is The Queen's Shadow, which is out next month. Shortly after that, you've got Master and Apprentice. Yeah. You've got the Alphabet Squad that's coming. So you got some great novels finally coming. I felt like there was a shortage of novels last year. I know
there was, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just looking through because I was reminding myself that Claudia Gray, writing Master and Apprentice, she's coming to Celebration as well.
Yes.
Which is exciting.
Delilah Dawson.
So it should be Dawson. Yeah, she's great. Alexander Freed, E.K. Johnston is going to be there.
E.K. Johnston
Timothy Zahn and everybody.
She did Queen's Shadow.
Yeah.
And then Gray did Masters and Apprentice. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yes. So, yeah, great authors, great books coming. Because I think this past year all we got was Last Shot, and we did get Thrawn.
Was Phasma 2017?
That was
with Canto Bight, right? Late 2017.
Yes, yeah, right before Last Jedi. Yeah, I think Last Shot came out before
right before Han Solo.
Hans, and then Thrawn came out.
Yeah,
so I think that was it. Yeah, because I've been behind. I've been like searching for I mean, I did the Solo novel on audiobook, and I just finished up the Rogue One audiobook because I was behind. I just thought I'd do it. Rogue One was fantastic, by the way. Games. Can't forget about Fallen Order that's coming. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Apparently, it's not been a release date yet, but they're saying holiday 2019. So will we see some stuff at Celebration for this game? It's an EA game, right?
Yeah. I don't... maybe a panel. Yeah, there could be a panel. I think that would be... I hope there is. I feel like they don't... Honestly, they don't normally... I mean, they talked about Battlefront 2. They did have a big release of Battlefront 2 on the last Celebration. That's where we got all kinds of information, like the story, the character. Janina Gavankar was there, so we saw all of that, which was pretty cool. But yeah, so I'm hopeful. Actually.
And I remember Celebration, or I remember one of the Celebration. I think it was Anaheim. I don't think you were there when they had Battlefront.
The first one.
The first one. They had one of those big circular tents almost.
Oh,
and you had to like wait in line to get in. And you got in, you saw gameplay for the first time. I didn't get in there, but I heard people just geeking out over like the gameplay. And then the trailer got released later that week, which showed, a lot of the speeder guy riding on a speeder and indoor and all that stuff, and it was pretty crazy. But I think they're gonna have. I don't think they're gonna have gameplay, but I think they're gonna have a trailer. One of those, CG trailers.
Cool. Some artwork maybe would be cool.
Yes, and we don't even know exactly when it takes place or if it's going to involve anybody we know.
Yeah.
And then of course, which I anticipate I don't, with Celebration being so packed, I don't know if do you think we're going to get any film announcements there? Even anything from the Benioff and Weiss series or Rian Johnson series.
Well, they're starting. Well, not Rian. The Game of Thrones guys. They're starting to write it now, right?
Oh yeah.
So I could see a panel of just the future, as they've done in the past, like the future of Star Wars, where they can they come out. They'll just say a few canned answers, perhaps nothing too new or too crazy. I mean. Yeah, I can see them just coming out and being like, this is what's coming. Don't forget about us. We're making these movies, and maybe even announce the third Star Wars story. But I think like some information would be what platforms the movies will be on, because there's been some rumors that they'll be on Disney Plus, and you think it was, then Bob Iger would say no, there's not. Right. So it need some clarification there with that. So I think that I would think there would just be like a little panel to cap it off, maybe to say this is what's coming.
So you think, in your quick opinion, we will get a third Star Wars story before we get any of those movies from Rian Johnson or the Thrones guys?
It's hard to say now because
my quick answer is right now I feel like there's not going to be another one
because
until I think these are the next movies that we're going to get.
Yeah.
Which is very unfortunate, but
because it's just, I get it. Sure, I get it, whatever. But because we would be getting it basically holiday of 2020.
Yes,
and that's
if they were
there's like no time now.
Well, you could start shooting this fall and put a movie out in December 2020. Yeah. I mean, you could.
Yeah. But again, like you said, we're getting Mandalorian. We're getting
because Episode 9 is still shooting right now. So
they should be about done. Really.
They should be, but. That we're getting that movie at the end of this year.
Yeah.
So it's like you could start a movie. I mean, and that's the thing too, is we don't know if they've already picked it, and we don't know they could have a script, they could have a director, and then
shoot the summer.
And they shoot the summer and they're just not announcing it till Celebration.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the greatest gift, one of the greatest gifts from there, but I'm just under the impression that I think they've announced Rian Johnson's doing his own trilogy. They've announced these guys, David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, are doing their own series of films.
Yeah.
We don't know how many. That's the focus. Let's see what they're going to make, and then make those our standalones or whatever.
Right.
But
right.
That's what I hate to say that, but I don't think we're getting I don't think we're getting an Obi-Wan movie. I still think that's a possible series
Right.
on streaming on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So, but I'm a little skeptical right now that we'll even get any kind of film announcement besides Episode 9 at Celebration.
Gosh,
Because there's so much. You got to think of it. There's so much coming out this year that they wanted. I feel like they want to focus on that versus what's coming years from now.
But also think about what they can actually show. Like they can show Mandalorian stuff, but they can't show any Cassian stuff because there's nothing happening.
Right.
So you like your big events, like you have a Mandalorian huge event for one day. You have a big Episode 9 event for one day.
Clone Wars
will be one. I can't imagine Resistance would be a big day, really, or even a video game day, really. So like Fallen Order, I can see Fallen Order and Resistance happening on the same day.
Okay, so you named 3.
Yeah,
I don't think Monday would be a big reveal day of anything.
I could only see it as being like future, like because they've done it before. They did it, I think, for Europe or one of the.
They did it. They did it at Anaheim because I remember I left
ones.
and they announced Rogue One.
That's probably what
they showed like that.
Yeah, that little
teaser that never got released.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's possible.
I can see that.
So they could announce like, what era those guys' movies are going to be in. That's possible.
Yeah,
obviously I don't think
talk about their inspiration and just going, that deep that dialogue about their history with Star Wars.
Will they be there? Will they be there? You think?
I think they could. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't think they're announcing anything unless they are there. But
yeah, true.
Because isn't Rian Johnson working on a movie now?
He's working on a movie.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. And then of course, the last big thing will end the year in December. Episode 9, the final episodic movie of the Skywalker saga.
Yeah.
The big wrap up. Easily, this is going to be the biggest movie. In my opinion, I think it's going to bring a lot of Star Wars fans back.
Yeah.
I think it's going to unite the fan base a lot. It's going to change Star Wars for forever. I mean, those characters will be the loved original, characters. We won't see Mark Hamill play. We won't see Harrison Ford right now, obviously play.
Yeah.
And obviously we'll never see Carrie Fisher play. It's honestly, it's going to be very emotional.
Yeah.
It's going to be very emotional. I can't imagine the first trailer, and obviously I think the first trailer will drop now. Now that we didn't get anything at the end of last year, we will not get anything until Celebration.
Yeah, man, it's killing me.
Totally killing me. All right, so all that. Now that's pretty much. I feel like that's pretty much everything. Of course, a couple things might pop up here and there, and of course, announcements will pop out of what's coming next year and stuff like that. But either way, Case, let's do a quick, if you can, like third, second, first, go backwards. Third, what are you anticipating third? I'll do third, and then second, and then first. And what are you looking for? Because and let me just as you think about it, I was listening to Jedi Council and those guys on there. I think Christian said he's actually looking forward to The Mandalorian more so than Episode 9. Now, that is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Now, I will say I put out a poll, one of our polls a week or two ago, and I had said out there, I said, hey, looking forward to, what are you looking forward to most in 2019? I put 4 options. Out of all that said, I only put 4 options. I put Star Wars Celebration. I put The Mandalorian, I put The Clone Wars, and I put Episode 9.
Yeah.
And 46% of the vote said Episode 9. 28 said The Mandalorian. So it was between those two, basically. So that's pretty close. That's closer than I thought. Honestly, I would say if you asked 10 Star Wars fans, 7 or 8 of them are saying Episode 9.
Yeah,
but maybe not. Maybe only half. So what's 3? What's 3 on your list?
3.
Because I'm telling you right now, this is very difficult for me.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I would definitely, without doubt, say, Celebration. But after seeing that Resistance, this second half season, this first season trailer, I'm excited for Resistance, man, because that looks pretty cool. I'm excited to see what lengths it'll go to and how it's going to overlap the movie. So that's pretty exciting. That's pretty unique, and I'm pretty sure Clone Wars will do that when it comes back. But right now, nothing's done that yet, and Resistance will be the first time where a show like that, or anything like Star Wars like that, on this big platform will overlap a movie. So I'm very excited to see how it does that. So I guess that would be my number 3.
Resistance, huh? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is very hard for me because I think, of course, I'm very looking forward to like the Master and Apprentice book.
Right.
I'm very looking forward to just the Disney streaming service in general, and even Galaxy's Edge, but I'm not going to be able to probably see it this year. Anyway, I cannot believe I'm leaving out Celebration in my top 3 just because.
Yeah. Oh, it's huge.
It's huge, and there's going to be so much revealed there.
Yeah.
But I know I'm going, so it's okay. I can I can focus on these other 3. And I can't believe I'm saying this. That's not in my top 2, but number 3 for me is the Clone Wars.
Oh yeah.
Because the Clone Wars,
yeah,
is you could change it.
No, it's cool.
The Clone Wars. I mean, when that trailer hit last year, I almost was like, wow, that's the most anticipated thing to me.
Yeah.
Because I've been wanting that series to close out for years. So Clone Wars for me, for sure.
Good. Yeah, cool. 2? 2. I actually voted on that survey. I'll say, like I said at the end, that would obviously be my number 1 thing. But, geez, Pete.
So obviously it's one or the other.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say Celebration, but maybe Celebration.
Oh yeah, true.
No. Again, this is based on my excitement right now. So,
yes.
I'll say Episode 9 is number 2 for me right now.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen anything. We haven't seen anything about it yet.
We haven't.
It's been super quiet. But it's still Episode 9, and it's JJ. So that's number 2 for me right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm struggling with it too, but I think I have to be kind of on the flip side because we haven't seen anything. It's a little more anticipated for me. So I would say Mandalorian is number 2 for me.
Yeah.
Just because, look, I have no doubts I'm going to love the series. Mm-hmm. But is it really going to be, that great for me? I don't know. I don't know. Is the emotion going to get me like Rebels did, like Clone Wars does? It's like it could be visually good looking and great, but is the story compelling enough? I don't know. A lot of people think it's hands down going to be, but who knows? I mean, who knows?
Piece of crap.
It could be. It could be. I doubt it.
Yeah.
But my number 1, I'll just say, is Episode 9 for sure. Just because, like you said, I have the 100% faith in J.J. Abrams, man. That he's gonna
absolutely.
He's gonna put a bow on this thing so perfectly.
There, done. Is that so hard?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I am very confident that Episode 9 will be truly amazing. But yeah, number 1 for me is Mandalorian because I'm so from what we've seen and heard, the talent behind it, so excited, and it's history in the making.
Yeah,
first live action show ever. Been waiting for this for a very long time.
That's right.
And Favreau's great. the so far what we know of the story is exciting. Filoni doing live action, and it's Mandalorians. Oh, what the heck! And there's so much potential of what could happen. So, yeah, we know we've seen some, but even what I don't know about the show, like, I don't know, will Ahsoka be in it? Probably not. But hey, why not? Well, Sabine, I don't know. So it's just fun to think about all that and the potential for this show because it's so new. Even though you're stuck between 6 and 7, technically, you're still not really necessarily leading up to anything. So there's so much freedom for the story to go into new directions and to build worlds like we've never seen before. And it's on the Disney streaming platform, and it's just so many new things wrapped around the show that makes it super freaking exciting. So I'm excited to see what Filoni does, Taika Waititi, what he does, even Bryce Dallas Howard, what she does with Star Wars. I'm excited to see what that looks like through her eyes. So. Yeah, very excited for The Mandalorian.
See, so you've almost changed my mind. I mean, it's,
again, right now, like I'm sure when I see the first teaser of episode 9, I'm like, oh, that's it, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put myself in a coma and not wake up till December.
Yeah, that's I never thought I would want to fast forward through a year.
Yeah,
but man, if you gave me that choice, I'd be very.
I'll miss my
my
son's. Oh, click. Yeah, I'll fast forward. Miss my son's second-year birthday.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I just rewind it later.
Miss my 28-year birthday. It's whatever. It's not that big of a birthday, anyways.
Yeah, it's just another year. No, it's anyway. So that's the year coming, 2019. I think this is going to be a extremely fun year to sit here and talk about it. We're gonna have Cody on probably next week. I think he's gonna join us and we'll get his thoughts on what he wants to look forward to in 2019. Yeah, it's not only are we looking forward to and talking about these released things, but the announcements that are gonna come this year for future stuff is another part of it that's gonna just blow our minds, I think.
Yep.
So
cool.
All right, everybody. Happy New Year. Hope everybody has had a great start to their new year. It's going to be a fun one in Star Wars. Hopefully, we'll see you at Star Wars Celebration. Hope you got tickets. If not, be checking eBay here soon because people are going to be getting their badges and and a lot of people pre-order and then they end up making it. So there's definitely discounted tickets out there that will be available, but right now, I think every day is sold out, but Monday right now. So you're talking about, and this hasn't happened.
Right.
Usually you can walk up that day and buy a ticket. Mm-hmm. According to this, you cannot get in. It is sold out. Yeah. I mean, and again, this is the biggest convention in the country. Mm-hmm. So it's like convention center in the country.
Right.
Holds the most people. It's sold out. It's like it's mind-boggling how many people are going to be there. It's crazy. But so looking forward to it. Cannot wait. Us and I'm sure and a few of our friends will be going with us. Yeah. But very, like Casey said numerous times, very, very honored to be a part of it. Also, I mean, just saying we're a part of Celebration is already just making me about to cry. So. We appreciate everybody sticking with us. This is going to be a great, great year, and hope you're looking forward to it as much as we are. So take care, everybody. Have a great week. We'll talk to you guys next week for Case Cooley.
Master Kenobi. Oh, my gosh. What's the freaking line? I had it in my head.
Is that Plo Koon?
No, it's a Dooku line because I have never done. I don't think I've ever done Dooku before on the show. But basically, here it is. Master Kenobi, you disappoint me. You're to hold you in such high esteem. Surely you can do better.
It's pretty good. That's it.
I like that line.
Yeah, that is a very good line. Good. Dooku's back.
Dooku, man.
Thanks, everybody. Take care. Go to InsideTheForce.com. Get all the information there. For Casey.
Goodbye, everybody.
I'm Dave. May the Force be with you.